Good morning. It's turned out nice again. It's Monday, the 13th of April, 2020, and you're watching KopTalk.tv. How are you doing, guys? You all right? Are you eating all them Easter eggs? You'll end up like me if you're not careful. Well, maybe not as handsome, but so lockdown continues, and I hope you're managing all right with it. I'll be recording a KopTalk podcast today and a Dunk Knows Best podcast if you want to listen to those. They're on Spotify, Deezer, the radio, what's it called? TuneIn Radio app, that's it. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. All you need to do is go on your app store on your device and search Pocket Casts, for example, or, podcast app. And just search KopTalk or Dunk Knows Best. They'll be updated today, guys. If you enjoy my video content, you'll probably enjoy the podcast. I do them 5 days a week and review everything that day that's in the news. And the good thing is you don't have to look at me, so you can just listen to me as well. So anyway, I hope you're all right. I will be going live today as well on this channel. I do a stream on here most days of the week, guys. Sometimes twice a day, 3 times a day or whatever. If you'd like to participate in that, just make sure you've ticked the bell on this channel, notification bell, and set it to all, and follow KopTalk TV on Facebook and Twitter. So I tell you what I was delighted to see today was that Ian Rush has hit back at Michael Owen, our friend Michael Owen. I was only talking about Michael Owen on a stream on here yesterday, I think, actually, about whether we would consider him a legend or not. I mean, he made a huge contribution to the club, didn't he? He did carry us for a long time, him and Steven Gerrard. Michael was a very important player, around 2000, 2001 or whatever. And I'll just mute that. I got some weekly report available about my screen time. Hello. There's been a lot of screen time, trust me, during this lockdown. So yeah, around 2001, for example, when we did that treble, Michael Owen was a great player. There's no taking away from it. He was a brilliant player, but he tarnished his reputation when he joined Manchester United. And when he did, he wrote in his book. He wrote, "Rushy remains untouchable in their eyes," that's us, the supporters, "even though he would willingly have signed for one or other of their biggest rivals, therefore Manchester United or Everton." Now, what he was referring to there was it 1988? I'm not sure of the year. I remember it as a kid, obviously, when Ian Rush left Liverpool. I was devastated. I was at the peak of being a supporter, if you like, because I was a kid, and it meant everything to me. Everything. As I've got older and football's changed, with all the money involved, and since Sky Sports got involved, really, back in the early 90s, would it be? Since the Premier League was born. It doesn't mean as much to me, guys, as it did when I was a teenager or a young man. I'm starting to sound like, what's he called? Clough. Brian Clough. Like, young man, I'm not, am I? But, when Ian Rush, Barnes, Aldridge, Beardsley, McMahon, Grobbelaar, when all them players at Liverpool, fucking hell, it was amazing. And don't get me wrong, into my 20s, and I still care deeply about it all, guys. But I'm just not as fixated as I was, all right? And, I was devastated when Ian Rush left. I didn't really understand it all at the time. I was probably 13, 14, I don't know. We obviously didn't have the media that you guys have now, today. If you're a young lad or a young girl, we didn't have, Twitter. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have Sky Sports News. We didn't have anything really. The only way you could find anything out to do with football was in a newspaper. And when you're 13 years of age, you're not reading newspapers. We had the teletext, but that was it. Teletext and CFAX. But so I didn't really understand it, to be honest. All I knew one day was that Ian Rush had gone to Italy, and then all I knew one day that Ian Rush was coming back, and I was so happy. It was incredible. And basically, because Michael Owen went to Manchester United, in his book, he wrote that, they're always on my back sort of thing, Rushy remains untouchable in their eyes, even though he would willingly have signed for one or other of the biggest rivals. Well, Ian Rush ain't having none of that. And he said that he was approached by, at the time when he became available, it was obviously he was going to return to the UK, if you like. He said Alex Ferguson, Manchester United, did make an approach, and he said it was impressive. He said also that Everton's Colin Harvey, Rangers' Graham Souness, and Bayern Munich's Ule Hoeneß all called him. And with regards to Manchester United's approach, Sir Alex, he said it was a shock at first. I thought it was a joke. He gave me his number, and in fairness, he sold me the club. And he said he'd think about it. But he said no deliberation was necessary. He said, I did read in Owen's book that Dalglish got me out at the 11th hour. I was never going to Manchester United. I knew the rivalry. Kenny didn't have to sell the club. He made my mind up for me. And I like that. I don't like it when people claim stuff like in books and stuff like that, and they'll say, oh yeah, he'd have done that. Because sometimes fans, they just believe everything that they read, and they'll read that and go, oh really, Rushy thought about going to United. He was going there, was he? He'd have gone there, would he? He'd have gone there. And Ian Rush just come out and gone, do you know what, Michael? Shut the fuck up, silly cunt. But he hasn't said it in a way like that. But anyway, I just read it this morning. And I like it when someone like Ian Rush comes, because he was a legend. I've got a lovely picture of me with Ian Rush. I must show it to you when I was about 14 years, not stone, maybe 15. I can't remember, guys. But staying with Michael Owen, I was discussing Michael Owen on a live stream on here the other day, and I was just wondering, would you consider him a Liverpool legend? I don't think you will. Because, well, for two reasons, I think. One is the obvious reason. He went and played for Manchester United. But can that strip away legendary status? Before you caps lock me to death, and before you jump to the obvious, just give it a thought, just for 30 seconds. Just sit there and go, right, hang on then. Am I being pathetic? You know what I mean? Am I being pathetic? Are we being pathetic by going, no, he went to Man United, he's not a fucking legend? No, end of. Are we just throwing our toys out of the pram and we're sulking? Or is that justification? If you go to Manchester United or Everton, for example, does that mean you should be stripped of any legendary status? If he hadn't have gone there, would you say he was a legend? Answer that as part of the question. So if you answer it and go, no, he's not a legend because he went to United. However, had he not gone there, Dunk, then yeah, I think he would have been a legend. So it's two questions there. The other point, of course, is the way that he engineered his move from the club. Because he fucked us around big time, him and his agent. And I don't forget these things. And it's a real shame because Michael Owen was my daughter's hero. So like Ian Rush was my hero, John Barnes especially, Michael Owen was my daughter's hero. And I remember... oh gosh, it would be around that period, 2000, 2001, something like that. We had Ski. I know we had Ski at the time. And I was in the Players' Lounge at Anfield. And I don't know if any of you have ever been lucky enough to ever got into there. I mean, the Players' Lounge is like, or was, I wouldn't know now, was like the sacred place. It was where the players could get away from everyone and they wouldn't let the media in or anything like that. It was a very, very private zone, and to get in there was incredibly difficult. And I obviously was in there. I actually got in there. It was Tommy Smith, the former Liverpool captain, European Cup winner, legend. You know who he is, the Anfield Iron. I met up with Tommy that day at Anfield. And he made my daughter's dream come true. He knew that Charlotte was a big fan of Michael Owen. And you used to have little passes to get in the Players' Lounge. And he got us the passes. Obviously went to someone and said, right, I want to get Duncan, his daughter, in to see Michael. And Charlotte was probably, let me think, 7 years old, something like that, maybe 7. So she was my little princess, And as a dad, if you are a dad and you've got young kids or you've had young kids, you'll know what it means to see happiness on your faces of your children. Charlotte's happiness was Michael Owen. Rob's was usually an hot dog. Rob's never really been interested in football, which is bizarre, isn't it? I mean, he's been to loads of football with me. When he goes to Liverpool games, he absolutely loves it. Yeah, he's very passionate. We've had a laugh over the years, me and Rob, and some of you have seen his videos on here. Search Rob Oldham or Robert Oldham on my channel. There's some fucking cracking videos on there of Rob. Anyway, So, we got into the players' lounge and Michael was sat there near the door having a cup of tea. Little cup of tea. This is Michael Owen for you, innit? Everyone's like, fucking great game, that. Michael, what do you want? Do you want bitter? Do you want a beer? I'll have a cup of tea, please. No, he was having a cuppa with his mum and dad. And, we got introduced, we introduced Charlotte, should I say. Charlotte got introduced to Michael, and she said, I'm your number one fan, I love you. So cute. And Michael turned around and he said, well, if you love me, you better give me a kiss then, aren't you? And she gave him a little kiss. And we got the picture. To this day, we've got the picture. And guys, I can't forget stuff like that as a dad. Michael Owen was great for that day. He made my princess's dream come true, and I'll forever be grateful for that. But he still couldn't. He joined Manchester United. Who joins Manchester United? The way he left the club, I can't stand that. You've seen me rant and rave on my videos when players leave the club. I don't mind when a player leaves the club. If they don't want to play for us, go fuck yourself. Yeah? I just don't like it when they lie. And they go, oh, I never said that. And you just know it's happening. I remember when Michael Owen was leaving Liverpool, and there was speculation. And there was a game. Oh, God, he was on the bench. And Michael Owen was never on the bench for Liverpool, unless maybe he's been injured or something, obviously. And again, Tommy Smith. I remember Tommy Smith. And Tommy Smith rang me. I've got a feeling it was at a game like somewhere like Sheffield Wednesday. Would that even be possible, guys? 2001? I don't even know what year he left. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not looking. It would have been in the 2000s. But anyway, so who was it? Tommy Smith rang me up, right? Match day, and he went, "It's happening, Dunk. It's happening." I went, "What do you mean it's happening?" He went, "Michael's dropped today." I went, "Give over." He went, "He's dropped. He's on the bench." There was something to do with Liverpool not playing him. Maybe it was. Would it have been cup tied? No, I don't think it was a cup game. I think it was something to do with maybe just preventing him from getting injured. And it was at a time when he was the star player in the team with Steven Gerrard. Michael Owens was the first name down with Gerrard. Right? There was no way in the world that Michael Owen wouldn't start a game. It was a shock that day. There was nothing wrong with him. It was a shock. That was the confirmation that it was all happening. And it had dragged on for, I think, maybe a year. Because if you Google it, Michael Owen's agent went on a sabbatical or whatever you call it. Oh, I'm having a year off. And that was to avoid dealing with it all. We all knew what was happening. I was raging with it. I can't stand bullshit, mate. Just be honest with the fans. And from what I remember, Tommy Smith rang me up. I won't say where he rang me up from, because that maybe give away who was telling him what was happening. Well, no one's going to say anything now, are they? But what I mean is, he rang me up and he said, "It's happening, Dunk. Michael's on the bench today." And I went, "Fuck off, silly cunt." He went, "He's on the bench." He went, "That's it. That's all. It's going to happen." And from my memory at the time, if you were to Google Michael Owen shot, dropped, whatever, I don't know, that was it. Everyone was like, "It's going to happen." So I was obviously on KopTalk like this. Tommy had said, you can't say anything. You can't say anything. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. So, I'm on the members' website, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, guys, winking at, look at this picture of Michael Owen I've got. Wouldn't it be weird if you weren't playing today? Do you know what I mean? I actually do a lot of hints and stuff like that on the members' website. Did I ever tell you can become a member of my website? It's a really good community. If you're a diehard, mature red, right? You know what I mean? Then it's for you. It is, yeah. Click on join underneath my video and get the middle tier or above, and that gives you access to all my little extra top secret videos on here, and it'll give you access to the members website if you want to be a part of it. You don't have to be. There's 3 membership levels. The bottom one gets you all the vids. The middle one or above puts you on the members website, which is where I hang out all day. And so you couldn't really say anything back then. It was like you mustn't say anything, but I hinted it, and then when team was announced, everyone was like, "Hello." Yeah, how did you know that? So, Michael Owen was a special player for me on a personal level. He made my daughter's dream come true, and I will never ever forget that. And he spent time with her, and his family were great, and they were very good. I didn't like the way he engineered his move from Liverpool Football Club. I certainly lost all respect I had for him when he went to Manchester United as a supporter, And because I did want him to re-sign for us, I really did, and I think he would have done. I think he's admitted that he was desperate. Carragher wanted him back and all that. Then he wanted his pal back, but it just didn't happen. But he went to Manchester. He could go anywhere in the world, man, but not Man United. And they didn't want him either. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that. It's like when we signed Paul Ince. Fuck's sake. I mean, I hated Paul Ince as a kid. Hated Paul Ince as a kid. I mean, if you'd have said to me, any Manchester United player, who do you hate? It would have been Paul Ince would be number 1. 2 would be Mark Hughes. Yeah, Paul Ince, Mark Hughes, Peter Schmeichel, Roy Keane, Gary Neville, Doc Cotton lookalike. Do you know what I mean, guys? Anyway, on a personal level, thank you, Michael. You were great. You were a fantastic player for Liverpool football. But guys, would you call him a legend? Have you got it in you? Can you go that? Go? Yeah, he was. Because he won us a lot, didn't he? His contribution was amazing. But he tarnished it. And I don't know if people will consider him a legend because he went to Manchester United. And is that purely the reason why you won't consider him a legend? I need to know that bit. So, no, he's not a fucking legend. Had he not gone there, Duncan, then yes. I just want to know if you should be stripped of all legendary status if you join the enemy. That's it. All right? I'm having to wear a cap because I had my hair cut for 3 weeks, with the lockdown and that. And, yeah, I'm kind of trying to hide away a little bit. So, anyway, guys, that's it. Ian Rush. Yeah, you fucking put him right, Rush, eh? Yes, man. Yeah, I've never seen a striker like Ian Rush. He was fucking brilliant, guys. And he could defend as well. He got back as well, yeah. Right, let me know your thoughts on it all. I'm not defending Michael Owen. I think all of you will say he's a shyster. I think you'll all say he's not a legend. And I think you'll all say because he went to Manchester United, he ruined it. And he's fucking boring, isn't he, guys? How boring is Michael Owen when he's on that BT Sport or whatever he's on? God, he absolutely does, man. Like that. Oh, there you go. And you don't even want to be associated to the club unless he's an ambassador or something like that, does he? Because I read these comments. Yes, a football club was once my place of work, but when I left, that contract was broken. I can't then become a fan, a hanger-on, standing around to remind anyone who might be looking that I once played there. I'm sure enough with my legacy and contributions that I don't need to. How can you say I can't then become a fan when you watch someone like John Aldridge or Phil Thompson, guys? Have you seen him in the studios when Liverpool score? Have you seen the passion on John Aldridge's face? Ian Rush, and most Liverpool, legends, because they're legends, aren't they? Tomo banging on the fucking glass of the, you know what I mean? I can't then become a fan. Unless I'm contracted to perform some kind of ambassadorial duty that requires me to be at a club, I'd be mortified to be seen there. I don't know why this is, but I'm actually proud to feel this way. Fuck off, Michael. Fuck it. Such a shame, man, because I really liked Michael Owen. I really, really, really did. Is he a legend? You answer the question, Chubby. Actually, a bit more than Chubby. Is he? Oh, God. Even my daughter fucking don't love him anymore. So there's your answer. Oh, dear me. I'm going to ask her today, actually. I wish I'd known that. I would have played it to you and I'd have said, what do you think? Is Michael Owen still... I remember when he went to Manchester United, you'd be like, what the fuck? Anyway, guys, right, I'm going to go. Listen, KopTalk podcast today. Get a podcast app. Right, it's free. Just search Liverpool FC KopTalk, subscribe, and you'll be able to listen to my dulcet tones a little bit later today with all the LFC news of the day, all your talking points, any emails. You can email podcast@koptalk.com. I read them all out. I'd love you to get involved. If you enjoy my videos, you should enjoy the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And also the Dunk Knows Best podcast, which is absolutely... fuck all to do with football or soccer. Look, DKB, Dunk Knows Best. Yeah. Do you know where that comes from? That was in the mid-2000s when my haters went like fucking mental with me because I kicked some off my members' website. Do you know what I mean? They were giving me like people. I tell you how it started. We had one person run the mouth being abusive to someone, and I said, "You can't be like that, mate." I said, "Your language don't offend me, but we've got to look after the community." He was, if you don't like it, you could go fuck yourself. So I was like, right, see that you're banned. Next minute, he was like, "Hey, you banned him? He's my mate. Well, I'm off too." And it escalated like that. So like a click of them left, set up a website about me, attacked me, stalked me, my family, everything. Do you know what I mean? And they wrote some very awful things about me, and they were absolutely obsessed. And what happened was, I remember seeing in the comments one day, there's people, like there's a comment slagging me off, and I remember someone was on there. I have no idea who it was, but I love you, whoever you are. And they were like, "What a load of shit! You're just making stuff up, man. Dunk knows best." And it stuck from there. So then I used to respond with it all the time, going, "Yeah, DKB, motherfuckers." Yeah, that's it, guys. I don't listen, between me and you, right? I'm not that much of a cock that I actually believe that Dunk knows best, but it winds them up a little bit. Or it did back then. Do you know? I'm a granddad now, but I got made into a brand through hate. Yeah, funny, innit? Yeah. So if you're just wondering, if you think, what's he got that on his fucking head? Well, there you go. And I mean, I'm not that narcissistic that I've got DKB embroidered into my trainers or anything like that, or that I've got DKB towels or DKB socks or anything. No, it's just all a joke, guys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we've had some laugh on the internet, haven't we? 22 years I've been here. 22 years. 22 fucking years. Will we be here another 22 years, guys? That makes me wonder. In all that time, we've never seen Liverpool win the league. Let's not talk about that. Listen, I'm sure you sat at home stuffing your face with Easter eggs, you jammy bastards. And you're probably bored off your tits. Like I say, I'm going to upload this video. I'm going to be recording the KopTalk and Dunk Knows Best podcasts. And then I'm going to be streaming later today on KopTalk.tv, right here on YouTube. And we stream on here nearly every day, guys. And we have some fantastic fans that come in. We have a nat. We don't just sit and talk about Liverpool. We talk about every fucking thing. Even aliens. Yeah. At the moment, we're talking a lot about this virus, which won't surprise you. But you can come along, join, that's it. You know what I'm saying? In fact, talking of joining, click join underneath this video and get involved in my squad. You get a nice sexy green name and a little football next to your name when you comment. Get loads of different perks, and that makes you very, very important. In fact, I've got to record some shout-out videos for everyone that's joined. I'm miles behind. I should be doing it, shouldn't I, guys? Right, I'm off. I'm waffling too much now. I'll see you in a bit. See you a bit later. Let me know the answer to my questions about Michael Owen. Is he a legend? Would he have been a legend if he hadn't gone to Manchester United? Etc., etc., etc. And well done, Ian Rush. All right.